Right when the nurse swapped the baby girl's wristband and was about to carry her away, her lovey-dovey parents suddenly heard her inner voice. "Mom, help! I'm getting switched!" The two of them jerked their heads up and looked around in total confusion. "Stop looking around like idiots. Look at me. Check your daughter. I'm about to get switched. If I get switched, Dad's childhood sweetheart is gonna come over crying, saying Mom cheated. Then you'll take the wrong baby for a DNA test, and Mom will never be able to clear her name. Then that woman will take me to do a DNA test with Dad, and he'll think she had his baby. That's when Mom and Dad will start turning on each other. But the truth is, Dad never had anything going on with her. He got drunk once, and she was planning to pull something shady, but her lover called her away at the last minute. Dad doesn't remember any of it, so when he sees the baby, he'll think something really happened that night." Dad's face darkened, and he immediately got up to stop the nurse carrying the baby out of the delivery room. "Wait, where are you taking our baby?" "Oh my God. Dad, you finally opened your eyes. You finally noticed." Dad was speechless. Who said daughters were little sweethearts? His daughter's mouth was straight up savage. Mom snapped out of it too. She had just given birth a few days ago and was still weak, but she forced herself to sit up. "Where are you taking our daughter? What are you people talking about? This is somebody else's baby, not yours. Why are you checking the wristband? That thing was switched a long time ago." Mom's face turned cold. "My daughter has a birthmark on her butt. Let us see." Dad didn't waste a second. He grabbed the baby and checked her butt. "Babies have dignity too, okay? Boo-hoo, my butt's been exposed. This is our child. Got anything to say now?" Dad's voice was icy. The nurse froze and hurried to explain. I'm sorry. Maybe I grabbed the wrong baby after the bath. I'm sorry. I'm really, really sorry." The nurse knew there was no way she could carry the baby off now. "Yeah, right. You switched me on purpose. I felt it myself. I may have just been born, and yeah, my eyesight's blurry, but I could totally feel it when you swapped me, okay? Check the cameras. There are cameras in the baby bath area," Dad said coldly. All the color drained from the nurse's face. She stumbled back a step and dropped to her knees. "I'll talk. I'll tell you everything." Just then, another nurse came running out. "Did you grab the wrong wristband? What's going on here?" She had just looked at the wristband and realized the name didn't match the baby. So she came out, only to find her coworker kneeling on the floor. Jack said to the nurse, "Come with me." Then he made a call and had someone escort Mom back to the room. Mom didn't dare sleep. She sat by the bed staring at the baby, afraid she'd be switched again. "Oh wow, why's Mom staring at me like that? I'm shy too, you know." Lucy almost burst out laughing. She had no idea why she could hear her daughter's thoughts, and judging by the look of it, her husband could hear them too. No matter what, this was her child. Even if hearing a newborn's inner voice was unbelievable, she would never hurt her own baby. Mom reached out and poked the baby's chubby little cheek. "My sweet girl, I just want you to grow up happy and safe. Mom, don't worry. As long as you and Dad stay together, I'll never suffer in this life. I mean, my dad is seriously rich." Meanwhile, Jack listened to the nurse with a dark look in his eyes. He could hardly believe it. He really could hear his daughter's inner voice, and everything she said was true. This whole thing had been set up by his childhood sweetheart, Anna. Why? Didn't she already have a baby with somebody else? And wasn't it born the same day as Lucy's? Why would she do this? Dad had the nurse reported to the police and taken away. With character like that, there was no way she could stay at the hospital. Just as he was thinking about it, Dad's phone rang. The second he answered, Grandpa started tearing into him. "Jack, you little punk. You got someone pregnant and had a baby and you still didn't bring them home for us to see? Are you seriously planning not to take responsibility? How did this family end up with a screw-up like you?" Grandpa went off on him, and Jack didn't dare say a word. Back when he got together with Lucy, his parents were strongly against it. Lucy was an orphan. The old orphanage director said she had been abandoned at the gate right after she was born. With a background like that, Lucy couldn't bring Jack any connections or advantages, so his parents had wanted him to marry Anna. But Jack only ever saw Anna as a neighbor kid sister. There was never anything romantic there. He had a huge fight with his parents, and they cut him off financially. But Jack had backbone. He and Lucy worked hard together, and now he owns a small company. It wasn't anywhere near the size of the Joe Group, but it was more than enough for the two of them to live comfortably. That's when they started thinking about having a baby. Even though he hadn't brought Lucy home, Dad had already married her a long time ago. After Grandpa finished scolding him, "I heard it's a girl. Her name's Amy, right? Got a nickname yet? Once Lucy's feeling better, bring your little family home. Actually, forget that. You stay at the hospital. I'm coming over now with your grandma." Jack looked confused. Huh? When his older brother got married and had a kid, Grandpa wasn't this excited. When Jack got back to the room, Lucy was nursing the baby. Amy was in her arms, but inside she was crying dramatic tears. "In my last life, I was a legendary mystic master, and now look at me, stuck here drinking milk." Though, not gonna lie, it's pretty sweet. The two of them exchanged a look, both stunned. Back when Lucy was pregnant, they had run into a Taoist priest. At the time, he had bowed toward her belly. He had muttered something weird like, "When the Heavenly Master descends, everything can still be saved." Neither of them had taken it seriously back then. They just thought the guy was acting weird and let it go. But thinking back now, the priest had also mentioned something called Star Lodge Temple. They had never heard that name before. Was it some kind of Taoist temple? They never paid attention to that kind of stuff, so they really couldn't remember where a place like that might be. Could it be their daughter really had come from the mystical world? The two of them buried their doubts for the moment. Lucy asked Jack, "Did the nurse talk?" Amy had been getting sleepy, but the second she heard that, she perked right up and started listening for the tea. Dad held back a laugh and nodded. She did. She confessed everything. Anna paid her off. "I just don't get why she'd do this." That's clearly her baby with another man, so why is she trying to pin it on me? Why else? The father of Anna's baby got arrested and went to prison. She didn't want her kid to have a criminal for a dad, so she set her sights on you. I mean, you're rich and kinda dumb. A roast from your own daughter hits different. Lucy gave Jack a sympathetic look. Honestly, their daughter wasn't wrong. Her family didn't approve of the man she was with, but she'd already had his baby and she was crazy about him. So you were the easiest target. After she used me for the DNA test, she switched me back and had her own baby move into the Joe family. That is seriously evil. Jack's face turned green. Is that even how you treat people? That's literally tearing my family apart. Lucy thought to herself, thank God I don't have a childhood guy friend. That's terrifying. Jack didn't want Amy roasting him anymore, so he quickly changed the subject. Oh, right. Grandpa said he's coming over. Now it was Lucy's turn to be confused. She frowned. Didn't they dislike me? Why would they come? Great-grandpa just has a sharp tongue and a soft heart. Back when Dad was starting his business, Great-grandpa secretly helped him out a lot behind the scenes. Otherwise, with how badly Dad had fallen out with the family, why would outsiders ever dare work with him? And Great-grandpa never disliked Mom either. He even tried to talk Great-grandma into accepting her, but she just wouldn't listen. While they were listening to Amy's thoughts, Grandpa arrived. He was already over 80, but he still looked strong and full of energy. He walked quickly over to the bassinet and looked at the tiny baby inside. Amy was only a few days old, pink and soft, with her little eyes trying hard to stay open. Sensing someone looking at her, she lifted her little hand. Grandpa's heart practically melted. He gently touched Amy's hand. She looked so tiny, not even bigger than a few of his fingers. Amy grabbed one of his fingers with all her strength. Her little mouth kept opening and closing, but no sound came out. Oh, look at our sweet baby. She's so adorable. Grandpa looked over at Jack. Have you come up with a nickname for the little one yet? Lucy spoke up. Grandpa, not yet. We were hoping you'd help us pick one. Grandpa's expression softened. Lucy, you've worked hard. Get some good rest, and if you need anything, just say so. As for the nickname, let me think on it. Grandpa decided to give it some real thought, but Grandma shoved him aside. Let me see. Our little sweetheart is so adorable. Grandma had never had a daughter of her own, so she absolutely adored girls. The family hadn't had a girl in 5 generations, which was why Grandpa had been so excited. When he was younger, his old war buddies used to joke that his family only had boys. Now he wished he could take Amy door to door and tell everybody, see that? Our family can have smart, adorable girls too. Grandma liked Amy more and more the longer she looked at her. Grandma pulled out a bank card from her bag. This all happened so suddenly, I didn't get to go shopping, and I'll make up for the gold lock and all that once you're home. But take this card for now. Nobody gets to shortchange my precious little girl. Grandma stuffed the black card into Lucy's hand. There's 10 million in it. Lucy, I know you don't care about money, but this is for the baby, so just hold on to it for her. How much? 10 million? Take it. Mom, hold on to it for me. If you say no, I'll cry my eyes out. That's my money. Lucy couldn't help laughing. She had no idea why her daughter was such a little money lover when neither she nor her husband cared that much about money. Okay, Mom, then I'll accept it for her. Don't worry, I'll save every penny for the baby. I definitely won't spend it. She said that on purpose for Amy to hear. Amy giggled inside. Mom, even if you did spend it, I wouldn't say a word. You're my favorite mommy. Lucy's heart felt warm and soft. Of course, she would never use her daughter's money, but the fact that her daughter was willing to let her meant everything. I think her nickname should be Millie. It means our little girl will grow up with a life full of happiness, plenty of money, lots of good luck, and a future that's full and beautiful. Okay, done. That's the name. Thank you, Grandpa. Lucy and Jack looked at each other. Grandpa was clearly thrilled with the name. Millie was happy too and waved her tiny little fist. I like this name. The meaning is great. Grandpa froze for a second, then turned to Lucy. Lucy, Jack's parents don't know any better, so don't take it to heart. Why don't you all move back to the family house? Just treat it like keeping me company and let me spend more time with little Millie too.